AR74 is not something that can be bought. This had to be modified from a factory Palmetto State Armory KS47 lower by the mad scientist, the owner. We're going to call him Jerry for now. And Jerry, thank you for letting us borrow this. So this whole video came about because we posted a reel on Instagram and a short story on YouTube of me shooting this thing. He brought it up and said, dude, you should film this. So broke out my phone, did a quick little short. That clip went a little viral, had like over 100,000 views. You guys were extremely interested. You didn't know what the hell it was. Where can you buy it? Who made it? So many questions. And judging by the comments, you guys either loved it, hated it, or you talked crap about me C-clamping the gun the entire time, which I will formally apologize for that. In fact, if you watch the very first Brandon Herrera Kalash Bash 19 video, the thumbnail of that video is a gun that Jerry made. It is a pump-action suppressed Romanian AK that Brandon actually used for the thumbnail of that video. Jerry made that too. I'll put a link to that video down below just so you can see that thumbnail. That's also Jerry. He also made what we are calling the poor man's well rod. He made this little single shot 9mm takedown thing, put a Wolverine on it, and it has like a slingshot trigger. It's crazy. I may still have footage of that. Hopefully you've been seeing that on the screen now. That was at Kalashmas. This is his latest thing. This started life as a Palmetto State Armory KS47 lower. We have filmed a KS47 before. It is one of the few AR lowers that can actually take 7.62x39 AK mags. Dead giveaway is all of the aluminum missing where there would be an AR mag well. Palmetto State Armory never made a 5.45 AR15, nor has anyone that I know of ever made a lower to accept the 74 mag. There are a ton of uppers that were made to accept 5.45 with a snag mag with like a slight curve to take the round. So years ago, back when 5.45 was everywhere, a lot of AR manufacturers saw the value in producing something to shoot that very cheap round at the time. So these 5.45 uppers were everywhere. This is one of those old ones. So it has a dedicated bolt and carrier, dedicated barrel on a flat top carbine length upper. Now you cannot just slap the upper on the lower and have a nice day. He actually had to mill out some aluminum, and he's a machinist by trade, so you know, the machine cuts actually look pretty good. You're probably wondering why I'm not going to show you what was done. Well, I've tried, but YouTube will not let me upload that version of the video, so just use your imagination. That he has actually milled out some of the width on the side walls of the upper. All that is to allow this big, chunky, thick boy magazine to fit up in there and be, you know, right where it needs to be for the carrier and bolt to pick up those rounds. You're gonna notice that he actually had to trim down the locking latch a little bit. He had to do that so it would grab and engage the rear locking tab on these 74 mags. These KS47 lowers actually have a steel rod that is pressed through the aluminum receiver. That is to give the steel locking lug, you know, more steel to lock onto. You really shouldn't have a steel locking lug locking onto a piece of aluminum. Eventually, steel would win and your lower would get trashed eventually. So that bar is there. He actually had to remove quite a bit of material there. I would say almost 50% of material for the geometry to work out properly, for the front locking lug on the mag to engage, and of course the latch for the rear locking lug to engage. As of right now, this mag worked perfectly fine that one time we shot it, so I'm excited to try it out. He also said that Magpul 74 mags typically will lock and rock. He did notice during trial and error that a lot of these P-mags are not exactly the same. Sometimes the thicknesses are different, sometimes the height of the feed lips are slightly different, and he started to really notice those differences while making this gun work. And even this one's pretty dang tight, but it goes in without any hassle. This is like their 45 round RPK mag, and it probably locks in the best out of all three. Looks super nasty. A little bit of work on the lower, a little bit of work on the upper. Zero work to the bolt and carrier. This is the same bolt and carrier that came with this upper that was dedicated to the round. It even has 5.45 by 39 stamped on the barrel. So these uppers are still out there if you can find them. Guys, if you want to support the channel, we don't do Patreon. We definitely don't do paid ads for razors for your ball sack. Even though I know a lot of you hairy ass Johnnies need it. If you want to support the channel, go by thirdpinthreads.com, pick up a hat, got a bunch of cool t-shirts. It's the best way to support the channel. I want you to look good and get something cool for your cash. All right, let's get back to this cursed gun. The recoil feels, to me, exactly like a 5.56 carbine length gas system AR. Feels very similar. That part's cool. Let's do a couple reloads. Ooh. It's definitely a little more fun to reload this than a standard AR. Way more manual. Very cool. Neat. Very neat. Yeah, it doesn't like the magwell grip. Back to that caustic grip. All right, a few more rounds. Well, it does go quick. That's for sure. All right, I think we should show them the extra cursed mag.
Yes.
This gun has a Rachel mode, by the way. This is Rachel's mode.
I can't help it. It comes natural, babe.
Jerry's gonna be like, I worked kind of hard on those mags. Thanks for throwing them. Whoops. All right. There's a lot of them. Some say the AR15 should only be in 5.56 and 2.23. It was designed for the round. I agree with you. An AR should definitely be in 5.56. It's going to shoot the best. Some say rock and lock mags are superior to straight push mags. Solid lockup, no smacky on the bottom. It's always going to work, right? I would definitely have to agree with you. So why not have an AR15 that does both? Shoot its original round, but also have rock and lock mags. Dissipator, A2 irons, okay, but barrel says 5.56, 2.23. Looks a lot like my dissipator, but it's still that funky AK lower. Hold on. I have a 5.56 AK mag. So we call this the redundant dissie. 5.56 AK mags, rock and lock. Why? Because. All right. Here we go. This is freaking awesome. Oh yeah. Yep. Yes. I just like doing that. And Jerry's such a nice guy, he gives us a zeroed gun. Damn, man. That's freaking rad. All right. Yes. It's got this badass Geisley trigger in there. See if it can hang. We have, thanks to our windowed mag, 16 rounds.
Let it rain.
All right. Well, guys, that's pretty freaking awesome what Jerry has done.
Had the upper laying around for about 10 years, and I figured might as well just put it to good use and have it dedicated on a lower platform. And everybody always asks in the comment section of Palmetto State's website why I know 545. So I just figured I might as well order it and put her together and see if I could make it work. And I just so happened to make it work by piddling with it, working on it. And one of the issues I ran into was the feed lips, on how tall the factory 545 mags, the feed lips are. But you can tell on how much it has chewed off even these thin feed lip mags.
The only time it ever choked up to me was doing magwell grips.
Yeah, that's because you're pretty much inducing a malfunction by pushing it up into there, and you can see how slow it is.
Yeah.
And just like with the KS47 that you ran a couple of years ago, that one had the issue where if you'd mag grip it or press the mag,
Same thing, yeah.
they would push the feed lips up into the bolt. My name's Jerry. I just like to piddle with things, make stuff work, put things that shouldn't exist, and go check out Third Pin Threads to get your cool AK merch.
Yeah. Let us know down in the comments if you have a super cursed gun and there's a way that I can borrow that gun and shoot it on camera. I'm all about it. We have an FFL and SOT, so it's perfectly fine for you to send it to me. Jerry, man, thanks again, dude. That was awesome. I wish there were more people here where we could get some reactions, but we're out here by ourselves today. Let Jerry know down in the comments. Thank you for not only providing the mags, the guns, but he also provided the ammo for this test. That was really cool. And yeah, man, super cursed. I gotta give it 2 thumbs up. The 545 and the 556, very cool. That dissipator, man. The redundant dissie. Need to hashtag that. All right, y'all. See you next time.